Okay, we have all been there, right? You're staring at a test question, and you just know the answer is hiding somewhere in your notes, but you can't seem to find it. It feels like you're trying to crack some kind of secret code. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to become code breakers.
Look, this isn't about memorizing every single word. It's about learning a strategy, a way of thinking that can turn your notes from just a list of facts into a seriously powerful answer key. Think of it like a puzzle. All the pieces are right there in front of you. You just need to know how to snap them together.
So here's our mission today. We're going to walk through 3 real quiz questions step by step using just a single page of notes. By the end of this, you're going to have a simple, repeatable strategy that you can use on pretty much any test for any subject. You ready? Let's do this.
All right, here's our first case study. The question is asking what made a potential fight with Mexico especially risky. Pay attention to that word, risky. That's a huge keyword, and it's going to be our guide for this entire search.
The very first step, always, is to decode the question. Don't just read it, you got to break it down. What is it actually asking? In this case, the most important ideas are conflict with Mexico and, of course, that feeling of being risky. These are going to be our search terms. And now, the hunt is on. With those keywords in our head, Mexico and risk, we're going to scan our source document, the Anson Jones and annexation notes. And remember, we're not just reading every word here. We're actively scanning, looking for a connection to our keywords. And boom, there it is. Check out this highlighted row. The question in the notes is main Mexico issue, and the answer says Mexico might attack. Well, that's our conflict. And why was it risky? Because Texas was weak in money and troops. That lines up perfectly with our second keyword. We've got our evidence. Okay, so we found our evidence. Now we get to use this clue like a key. The next step is to see which of the multiple choice answers this key unlocks, and, just as important, which ones we can confidently get rid of. And just look at that direct connection. The clue from our notes says Texas was weak in money and troops, and one of the answer options is Texas had weak military resources. I mean, come on, that is a perfect match. Money and troops are military resources. We found our answer.
Now for the fun part, elimination. We know our answer is correct because the notes support it directly. But what about the other options? Well, our source doesn't say anything about alliances, or the U.S. refusing to help, or Britain backing Mexico. They're just decoys designed to throw us off. We can confidently cross them out.
Feeling good about this? You should. Let's run the process again, just to prove that this thing works every single time. Here we go. Question number 7. It's asking about Mexico's reason for offering to recognize Texas as its own independent nation back in 1845. Okay, step 1, decode. This is quick and easy. The core of the question is Mexico offer and recognize Texas. Those are our new search terms. Let's go hunting again. So we move to the source, we're scanning for our keywords, and there it is. The line about Mexico's offer gives us the perfect clue. Recognize Texas if annexation ended. That one little word, if, is everything. It tells us the condition, the real reason they made that offer. All right, time for the match. Now, this one's a little bit trickier. The source says, if annexation ended. The correct answer says, to stop Texas from joining the United States. You see, they don't use the exact same words, but they mean the exact same thing. And this is a super important skill. You have to understand the meaning, not just match the vocabulary. And once again, we get to eliminate the distractors. Our source doesn't mention anything about punishing Europe, or blocking French travel, or getting access to ports. Nope. The only answer our evidence supports is the one about stopping annexation. The strategy holds up. All right, let's tackle one last question. This one's a little different. It's more interpretive. It's not asking for a simple fact, but for the big idea behind a famous quote. Can our strategy handle a more complex question like this? Let's find out. First things first, we decode. The key phrase here is the quote itself. The Republic of Texas is no more. So we need to find evidence in our notes that explains why the Republic stopped existing, what actually happened to it. Now notice something really important here. The answer isn't just in one single line. This time, we have to connect 2 related clues. First, our notes say the Texas Congress voted for U.S. annexation. And second, they say the result of all that was that Texas was annexed by the United States. Those 2 facts together, they tell the whole story.
This is where we connect the dots. The clues tell us that Texas chose to be annexed,
And the answer option phrases it as, Texas ended independence by entering the United States. See? It's the same exact event, just explained as a consequence. By joining the U.S., the Republic of Texas was, literally, no more.
And for the final time, let's eliminate the wrong answers. The Republic didn't lose a war, it chose to join the U.S. It wasn't some new pact, it was about becoming part of an existing country. And it wasn't about running out of money. The evidence points to only one logical conclusion. We nailed it.
So, over these last few minutes, we've actually built something really powerful. It's not just a set of answers. It's a thinking toolkit. It's a repeatable, reliable, 4-step strategy to turn any source document into a perfect score.
So let's lock it in. Here it is. Step 1. Decode the question to find your keywords. Step 2. Hunt for those keywords in your source material. Step 3. Match the evidence you find to an answer choice. And Step 4. Eliminate all the other options that have no support. Decode, hunt, match, eliminate. That's it. That's the whole strategy.
And you know, here's the most important takeaway from all this. We didn't just learn a bit about Texas history today. We learned how to think like a detective, how to find evidence, how to connect it to a conclusion, and how to ignore all the noise. This is a strategy you can use to find any answer hidden in any source.
You know, this skill actually has a name. It's called source analysis. It's simply the ability to read a document not just for general information, but to find specific evidence that answers a specific question. It's honestly one of the most valuable skills you can learn, both in school and in life.
Because this goes way beyond the classroom. I mean, analyzing a news article, trying to understand a user manual for something you bought, or even just reading the terms and conditions of an app, they all use this exact same skill. So my final question to you is this: what's the next source you're going to analyze? Thanks for joining me.